Salutation Digital Explorers. Today in this video I'm gonna share a special journey how I passed AWS certification exam. I will share my mistakes and here's the list. You may finish watching now, continue to hear. A few months ago I had a desire to pick up a new skill and I decided to take the plunge into the world of cloud computing. AWS seemed like a perfect place to start, taking into account that AWS specialists have the highest salaries comparing to other cloud platforms. I mean, who wouldn't want to pick up a new skill and learn how is the magic behind the cloud computing and also have a bigger paycheck, right? Let's start from the beginning first. What is AWS? So AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. It's a bundle of many services in one platform, and it is comprehensive and widely used cloud computing platform provided by Amazon. AWS offers a vast array of cloud services. These services are available on pay-as-you-go basis, which is one of the most important things why people should move to the cloud, because we don't have to bother with guessing about the capacity of our infrastructure. We could switch our infrastructure to the cloud infrastructure and have everything based on as-you-go. And why do you need a certificate in the first place? Well, to answer to this question, we have to understand that AWS offers many certificates, just not one certificate you write and you're done. There are many of them, and they're highly respectable, and they provide bigger opportunities to the industry. Certificate, despite being the entry level, still requires a lot of effort from you if you're completely new to the cloud and you need to memorize major services of the cloud. Taking the AWS practitioner certificate exam wasn't just a walk in the park. It was like stepping into the whole new galaxy of acronyms, services and concepts, especially if you are completely not familiar with cloud hosting. As in my case, I was like this, so I knew that I needed a plan. First thing first, I gathered all the study resources I could: AWS documentation, online courses, practice exams, some posts on Reddit, you name it. I found the best resources I could. I found that the AWS documentation, despite being the most accurate of all of them, was not giving me the bigger picture in a clear way. I'm a video person, right? I prefer watching videos and, it's visual, it's more entertaining, engaging. So I thought to myself, what if I study the very basics with videos and then I see how it goes. If I need more information, I could either look up at AWS documentation or use the internet. And another thing that I used, ChatGPT to say specific things and compare, let's say, Series A to Series B when there was not enough information on the web. Just have to say this out loud. ChatGPT cannot be trustful. It has a lot of inaccuracies. It could provide you misleading information. So this is why it is important to double check the facts that you receive from ChatGPT, and this is the most important thing to remember. So this is why I turned to the AWS training videos. They explain complex concepts in a way that make sense to the most of the auditory, and the main research from these videos I used was the video courses from David Tucker on Pluralsight platform. In a way, it's advertisement or affiliation. I just want to share the resource. It has several courses on AWS, starting from zero, aggressively going to different services and best practices of cloud. And I've taken all of his courses, and it was the main resources of studying for me. And now, little hack for you. To remember more and to expand your ideas, to connect dots, you should always note everything that you study. Another resource that I used for this was Notion. Watched a video on one screen. Second screen, I would have open note-taking app that I would basically put some notes that I believe will help me to understand this concept better. And as I said, it is better to note because you remember better, and it's scientifically proven. I found out also that if you use the Note-in app, you could also incorporate the additional information from different resources, and you could clear out any doubts, expand your understanding of the concepts. The key to acing this exam is practice. I started from very basics. I hosted a WordPress website on the Beanstalk. Then I set up a couple AWS EC2 instances. I configured S3 buckets. Then I played with IAM policies. Learning by doing is hands down the most effective method of learning. And the most helpful practice tutorial was host and view application on serverless infrastructure. I used AWS Lambda, I used API Gateway, and this tutorial was very fun, taught me the world of AWS serverless services. Another tip, how to remember everything. I use another application which is called Anki. It's quite famous by now. A flashcard system in a digital form creates question on one side and the answer on the second side. And the best part of all of this is spaced repetition. Who doesn't know? Spaced repetition is scientifically proven best method to memorize anything. You have to repeat the cards in a certain amount of time. So let's say encounter the information on the first day, then you have to repeat this card on the third day, and then should be on the 9th, 20th, 30th. Just an example. Anki uses a specific algorithm to determine these days, and by repeating all of this, you create a long-term memory with a particular thing that you study. Before actually studying to memorize, you have to understand first before memorizing, because you cannot memorize something that you don't know the actual meaning behind and the usage. So first, it's watching the videos. Second, reading the documentation. Third, some extra resources to pull to your note-taking app. And finally, you have to memorize everything. The whole preparation has taken me 2-3 months. I grinded down the different services. I learned the acronyms. I learned the concepts. I used extensively Anki app, and finally I just polished the existing knowledge a couple days before the exam. I looked up at my notes and I went through each topic to understand it better. And again, pro tip, how to get a discount from AWS. It's a several step process and it could take you a week to achieve this or even more. But it's worth it because AWS certificate is like $100 plus tax, so that would be 123 or 30, I don't remember. If you use this strategy, you could half the price. So instead of paying all of this, you would pay $60 approximately. And for this, you have to have an AWS Educate account. Then you have to complete any of these courses with a badge. Wait for the badge to arrive a couple days on the email. Then wait when the invitation to the AWS Emerging Talent Community arrives on your email. Then you have to read the articles over there, engage in the community, and the most important thing, collect the points and you will get a discount to the certificate. Fast forward to the exam day. I was quite confident. The exam was scheduled on Sunday. I remember that I went to see my friends on Saturday and I stayed not too late, but I was pretty much relaxed, confident, and the next day was the exam. And I remember that I've taken last review on the Anki deck. I went through the topics quickly and then the exam has started. That was an online exam and it covered the range of topics starting from basic cloud concepts going to AWS pricing, security and compliances. Nothing that was surprising to me, but here is my mistake. The main resource of studies was the course that I mentioned before from David Tucker. By any means, it is a bad course, although I have to say that it was updated on March last year, and the AWS course was updated on September last year. So this course was not the latest and the best ever. What I should have done better is taking the course, and after finishing the course, I should have focused to official education courses from AWS to fill out any possible gaps, and that's why I was surprised by some questions that I had in the exam. Nevertheless, I've taken the exam and I passed it. There are 65 multiple choice questions in the exam and they give you 1 hour and 30 minutes to finish the whole exam. It took me around 40 minutes to finish all questions, and the rest of the time I spent reviewing the questions where I had the most of doubts. And there you have it. This is basically my cloud journey to AWS practitioner. It took me quite some time. I enjoyed the process of learning. Whether you're in the beginning of studying for AWS certificate or already on the journey, remember that learning is an adventure. You should enjoy the process. Thank you for watching.